planned on it. I hadn't planned on it. Yeah, let me, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. At this time, please silence all electronic devices. Thank you.
Please remain standing for playing of the national anthem by the VMI Regimental Band and the invocation by the Institute and Corps Chaplain, Chaplain John Casper.
Happy Commencement Sunday. Won't you join me for the invocation? Lord, it's with a spirit of joyful gratitude and celebration that we are gathered here this morning for commencement. We pause in these moments to recognize your grace and your favor in each soon-to-be graduate that walks across this stage. We also recognize and give you thanks for the family and friends that are here that have supported them along the way. Many cadets seated here have lost loved ones during their cadetship that would otherwise be here in celebration. We pause to honor them this morning too. I pray that each time that the class of 26 looks upon their diploma, they will be reminded of these things, of the deepest bonds of friendship, the meaning of honor, the love of family, and the importance of their faith. Raise them up, Lord, long after they leave here to accomplish immeasurably more than they could ever ask or imagine, and leave a legacy that continues well beyond their lifetime. We pray these things with full hearts, joined with their families and friends, loved ones, and all those who have supported them on their journey. In your holy name, amen.
Please be seated. What a wonderful morning it is. Good morning, Your Excellency, members of the VMI Board of Visitors, the Academic Board, faculty, staff, cadets, alumni, and friends and families of today's graduates. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the VMI class of 2026. Graduating from VMI is an amazing achievement. Each graduate has received significant support from their parents and grandparents, guardians, brothers and sisters, friends, and host families, to name but a few. We are all particularly grateful for the encouragement that has sustained our graduates for the past 4 years. May I ask each of every member of the family to please stand up and be recognized at this time. As superintendent, I'd like to thank you for allowing your son or daughter the opportunity to attend VMI. I also want to thank the faculty and staff who have worked diligently with our graduates. They have spent countless hours mentoring, guiding, correcting, encouraging, and challenging our cadets to excel in a very rigorous academic environment. Many are in attendance and many more work behind the scenes, making the Institute a great place to learn. Please join me in expressing thanks to the faculty and staff at VMI who also made this day possible for our graduates. Class of 2026, I'm sure you vividly remember your matriculation day on August 20th, 2022. Your class started with 375 young men and women, and about 62% of which came from the Commonwealth of Virginia. The remainder joined from 31 states and 6 foreign countries. Today, we celebrate 256 graduates. Adding graduates from our December ceremonies, VMI will grant a total of 294 degrees this academic year. Of those graduating today, over 52% commissioned into the Armed Forces of the United States on Friday, with several more likely to follow in the months to come. These numbers reinforce VMI's historic mission of producing citizen soldiers who serve the Commonwealth and our great nation. I know there are many in attendance, including some of our cadets who currently serve or have served in the Armed Forces of the United States. Would you all please rise and receive our heartfelt appreciation for your service to our great nation? Thank you. Class of 2026, your journey began when you marched up to barracks for the first time on that sunny August afternoon. You experienced training for 8 exhausting days that culminated in the Rat Crucible. The Old Corps arrived and classes began 2 days later, and as some of you have written, never were you so ready to start classes. Soon, you met your dykes and began a time-honored mentoring process in your dyke line. You passed these same lessons on to your rats who are in attendance here today. Life at the Institute became repetitive as you attended classes, trained, exercised, studied, slept, and repeated that process day after day after day. That fall, you enjoyed a few football weekends that provided needed rest and encouragement from our alumni. That routine was broken for the holidays before you returned in January. You knew you were close to breaking out of the rat line after a fake out, which was during the last days of January. You were finally awakened at 5:30 a.m. on February 13th, 2023. That cold morning, you had many team-building exercises and activities before you attended your academic day. That evening, you finished your training and broke out of the rat line. Colonel Bob Phillips, my brother Rat, and the Institute chaplain congratulated you with words of encouragement at dinner that night. You enjoyed your first gathering in an old courtyard as the class of 2026 and executed your first old yell. Another milestone every cadet remembers is ring figure. Your class will never forget the unusually cold ring figure celebration that brought snow flurries to post that day. The weather did not deter your excitement or the celebration. The ring that we each earn and proudly wear represents a very important fact about a VMI graduate. Never forget, it is more than just a symbol of completing one's cadetship. It is a symbol and reminder of honor above self and a commitment to selfless service. You should wear the ring with pride, but never forget its true meaning. Never forget that an exceptional life requires service to others. Last August 16th, you met your 469 rats, and who are now fourth-classmen standing behind us, and took command of the Corps. Your guidance and mentorship were on full display this year. You trained the rats well and guided them through the formation of the class of 2029 on late January of 2026. Through this entire process, you have grown into the leaders that sit here before us today. As you leave Limits Gates one last time, you leave the Corps in good hands. You have done your duty, and it is time to transfer command and responsibility to the class of 2027. I want to commend you for what you have accomplished. You will forever be my first class as superintendent. I could not have asked for a better group of young men and women to lead the Corps this year. I can say without a doubt your class showed tremendous class and resilience throughout our year together. There were many distractions, but you overcame those obstacles and stayed focused on maintaining your honor and integrity while pursuing your degree. I am proud of you and what you have accomplished. You have set a very high bar and shown excellence in all endeavors. I have no doubt you will continue to live with the same high standards that we challenge you with every day here at VMI. I challenge you never to forget to serve the people around you. At its very foundation, leadership is about serving others and not yourself. No matter the size or scope of your next assignment, become leaders in your family, your community, our Commonwealth, and the nation. Today, each of you is receiving a special gift from the class of 1976, who through the VMI Alumni Association's Pass and Review program has forged a meaningful and enduring bond with your class. On your seat is a commemorative coin designed collaboratively by both classes to serve as a proud symbol of the relationship not only between your two classes, but between recent graduates and the old Corps. Keep this as a reminder of your place in our shared alumni legacy. Congratulations to the VMI class of 2026. Before I introduce our first cadet speaker, I would be remiss if I didn't say a few words about our commencement speaker here with us today, Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger. The class of 2026 president will formally introduce her soon, but I would like to publicly acknowledge the debt of gratitude that every member of our VMI community owes her for the work on behalf of VMI behind the scenes this legislative session in Richmond. During this past session, when seemingly every member of the General Assembly leadership was against VMI, Governor Spanberger stood with us. When VMI didn't have any friends in Richmond who had any power to help us, Governor Spanberger took the time to meet with me on several occasions, always answered my phone calls, and provided sage counsel to me. There is no question that the outcome of this session would have been very, very different if it were not for the governor and her support of our cadets and the Institute's unique mission. Governor Spanberger's career path is very similar to the path that many of our cadets will follow. Our cadets are taught to serve their nation, the Commonwealth, and their local communities as both military officers and civilian leaders. They are ready to serve in many different ways, just as our governor has done. I appreciate her willingness to preserve the current VMI experience and desire to help us maintain and improve VMI's nationally recognized academic program and unique educational brand. Thank you, ma'am, for being here with us today. It is now my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2026, Cadet Lucas Mower. The valedictorian at VMI is peer-elected by classmates and is truly a high honor. Cadet Maurer graduates with a degree in civil engineering and will soon become an engineer in training. He was a cadre corporal and first sergeant of Echo Company. He also served as a member of the Honor Corps and was inducted into the Omicron Delta Kappa and Tau Beta Phi Honor Societies. Friday, he was commissioned into the United States Army as a second lieutenant and an aviation officer. He has been an excellent leader during his cadetship and demonstrated integrity throughout, as evidenced by the respect that the Corps and his class shows in him today. Here is your valedictorian, Cadet Lucas Maurer.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a very difficult act to follow, but I'll do my best here. Let's see here. All right. Governor Spanberger, Board of Visitors, General Furness, General Moreshi, distinguished guests, families and friends, and Corps of Cadets, welcome to the commencement for the great class of 2026. Thank you for your time and for your support for this momentous occasion. Now, before I begin my speech, I'd like to recognize 4 of my BRs who are incredibly hardworking, disciplined, and highly respected individuals. These 4 were also in the top 5 vote for valedictorian, and I believe they deserve our recognition. So, Brother Rats, please stand when I call your name and be recognized. Nick Dovgaluk, Matthew Hunter, Kaylin Patel, and Julia Ward. Woo! Love you guys. Now, without the help and support of many people, I would not be standing here today. I'd first like to thank and give praise to Jesus Christ, who is my Lord and Savior. And through whom I draw my strength. I also want to recognize my family sitting up there, specifically my mother and father, Tessa and Robert Maurer. Yes, thank you. I love you guys. They have supported me, given me advice, and been there for me every step of this journey. I also want to thank Major Martin, Major Sanders, Colonel Timmies, and Chaplain Casper, sitting up here, for having a profound impact on my life and for supporting me while I've been at VMI. I also want to thank my Dyke, Mr. Cameron Cavanaugh, GC President, Class of 2023, our Dykes class, for his mentorship and for modeling true leadership. And finally, I want to recognize my roommates and Charlie Liebert for putting up with me over these past 4 years. I could not have gone through this place without you all, so thank you. Now, as I began thinking about this speech, I was reminded of a quote by Jonathan Daniels, perhaps VMI's most famous valedictorian. He described the VMI experience with these words, and I quote, "We've been blasted by the fire in order to be tempered in mind and spirit." There's much wisdom in that statement. And looking back on my own cadetship, I realized that VMI is a forging process. So let me take you back 4 years and tell you what I mean. It all began August 20th, 2022, Matriculation Day. Little did we know the adventures we were about to embark upon. One of the first things I remember was the excitement and anticipation all pent up as nerves. There was also this feeling of peace, like this was the place I was meant to be. I remember watching the company commanders and cadre corporals standing on this very floor. I remember seeing their axe stars, clean-pressed uniforms, and disciplined stature, and I knew I wanted to be just like them. See, you begin the VMI journey as a rough, sharp-edged block of steel, a recent high school graduate, often cocky, and a bit of a know-it-all. You say goodbye to your parents and march into barracks where you're joyfully met by your cadre. A slow and pleasant introduction to college, right? No. You're immediately thrown into a world of controlled chaos, confusion, and stress. Before you know it, you're bald and wondering if you made the right decision coming to this place at all. But you persevere, and you rely on the people to your left and to your right, and you choose not to quit for them. You make it through the first day and the second, and before you know it, you've made it through Hell Week. You've gotten through the first milestone at VMI, and for the first time, this heated block of steel is taken out of the fire. You think you made it, and now's the time to relax, but you're sorely mistaken. Bang, the hammer strikes. Classes begin, the academic grind begins, Rat training begins, and NCAA practices are at full force. You're expected to manage your classes, rat line duties, personal appearance, and schedule, all while being treated as the lowest of God's creations. Week after week, the hammer methodically and relentlessly strikes, and always at the most inopportune times. More of your time is taken up with mandatory briefs, practice parades, sports practices, rat training, and the weight of academics becomes heavier. However, there are breaks, furloughs that you get to look forward to, and that first furlough is a much-needed reset from all the stress you've endured. At this point, the beaten and battered block of steel is thrown into the quench and given time to cool off, time to rest. But make no mistake, this process is far from over. You return to VMI and are immediately thrown to the fire again. You repeat the grind of going through forced hardship week after week, month after month, and eventually you make it to breakout. The culminating event of your first year is complete, and you take pride in what your class has accomplished. Before you know it, you've finished the first year of college, and that blade is thrown into the quench to cool off once again. At this point, that block of steel has taken the shape of a dull blade, but it is far from perfect. So you decide to come back to VMI for another year, become a third-class cadet. You hit the ground running, and as a corporal, you're involved in facilitating the forging process of incoming rats while still being forged yourself. The mental, physical, and emotional toil intensifies. Classes begin, and you're thrown back into the fire, except this time, you know what to expect. You continue through the hardships of third-class year with compounded academic pressure, more responsibility, and with the hope and excitement of getting a ring next year. Before you know it, you've made it to second-class year. Now, at this point, you understand the system, and you're given the privilege of being an upperclassman, gaining respect amongst your peers. The weight of responsibility and the academic burden upon your shoulders is heavier than ever, and you become tested in ways you haven't thought possible. That blade is being placed against the grinder. The general shape has formed over the past 2 years, but now the excess impurities of dull steel are ground away through the grit of hard work and relentless discipline. The first semester drags on for what feels like an eternity, but you make it to ring figure, a time of celebration and unity within your class. The once rugged block of steel now shows the potential of becoming a beautiful blade. You've reached another milestone, but the heat from the forge remains. You make it through your second-class year, and you go off to military training, study abroad trips, and sports trainings in preparation for your first-class year. And now you're a first, and the burden of leading the Corps is on your shoulders. You also have a rat, and with that, the responsibility of shepherding a young man or woman in the same process you've gone through. Once again, you're tested by your classes, by leadership activities, and by the seemingly unending grind of VMI. You are once again heated up and challenged in ways that you couldn't imagine. However, this is necessary because the remaining impurities are being removed. The months go by, your RATS class breaks out, and the burden of leadership passes on to the next class. You concentrate on finishing your classes strong, and the final quenching occurs, and the blade is sharpened and adorned with a beautiful handle and pommel. You finish your last exam, and you hand off any remaining responsibility, and you savor those final lasting moments with your BRs. Now today, my friends, you've made it. Woo! Yep. You are fully adorned VMI-hardened blades prepared for duty in the military, in academia, or in the civilian world. I am convinced that you've made it through the most difficult college experience in this country. As you look back, you realize there were 375 blocks of steel that entered the forge with you. And over time, that number has dwindled. Brother Rats, look to your left and to your right. Amongst our ranks sit NCAA champions, academic scholars, members and leaders of various clubs and organizations, those with rank, and those of us who have had, where am I at? Ooh. And those of us who have chosen the incredibly busy and overburdened lifestyle of a first-class private. Regardless of the path that we have chosen, we've done it together, symbolized by the numbers 2026 on our rings. Now, to the class of 2027, go into your final year with excitement. First-class year is a lot of work, but it's incredibly rewarding. I have full faith that you will lead this school well once we are gone, but obviously not as well as we have. Now, to the class of 2028, you've made it about halfway through this journey, and believe me, there's much more to come. So shoulder the weight of responsibility and learn from the successes and mistakes of the classes before you. Now, to the class of 2029, our rat ties. While we may not physically be here for you anymore, remember that we love you and we care for you. Know that we are so incredibly proud of you and are beyond excited for what you will become. Make this place better than what you found it, and lead it better than what we have. Finally, to the great class of 2026, the best class in barracks. Take in this moment one last time, and take courage in the fact that you are prepared for whatever lies ahead, and be proud of the forging process that has shaped you. I challenge you to embrace the many hardships yet to come and endure the forge of life. Now, my friends, I will leave you with this. Go forth and greet the unseen with a cheer. May God richly bless each and every one of you. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Cadet Maurer, for your leadership this year and those inspiring remarks. Now, the president of the first class, Cadet Maximus Ankara, will provide farewell remarks to his class and introduce our commencement speaker.
Family out there. Good morning. I don't have my meta glasses, so you guys can relax, trust me. Yeah. Distinguished guests, Governor Spanberger, General Furness, members of the Board of Visitors, friends and family, and most of all, my brother Rats. I want to welcome you all to the 2026 Virginia Military Institute Commencement Ceremony. Brother Rats, it is absolutely surreal that this is my last speech to you all as a cadet. Now, at least this part of our shared experience has come to its logical close. But then, every good thing must soon come to an end. While we're here, it's important to reflect on where we started, what has happened to us in between, and what will certainly be the next most profound steps for us as a class and as individuals. On August 20th, 2022, individuals from all different walks of life, England, Thailand, Taiwan, and as a note, there are members in the stands right now that have generally traveled thousands of miles outside the continental U.S. to come to the ceremony, so if we can give it up for them. Welcome to VMI. Welcome to America. I can assure you not every place in America looks like the Virginia Military Institute, so hopefully that gives you some comfort. 375 cadets in total. That's what we started with. And now sitting amongst us are the 263 who made it to the end. Over 100 others who didn't finish with us. I mention this explicitly because it's easy to get tunnel vision at a place like VMI, but as we're here, it's important to talk about what we accomplished together. Think about the leadership changes we've had. Over our cadetship, we've had 2 different deputy commandants. For non-VMI people, it's a man we answer various into. It's a long story I don't want to talk about. We've also seen 2 different commandants, a commander of the Corps of Cadets. There have been 2 different superintendents, essentially the equivalent to a university president. Over the course of her cadetship, there have been 2 different governors of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Governor Spanberger. At the top of the chain of command, over our cadetship, there have been 2 different presidents of our nation. All to show that no matter who's at the top, no matter who's calling the shots, no matter the circumstance, we're able to maintain our integrity and brotherhood as a class, bring us closer and stronger together. With our Rats, we mentored 450 Rats at the very beginning of the year, at the very peak of the year, despite our class being the smallest in recent memory. We brought back a weekend breakout, breaking the trend of breaking out during a work week. And on breakout day, in January, when that thermometer read a brisk 18 degrees Fahrenheit with wind chill, the great class of 2026 brought the heat that day, gave a proper experience, and that we did. Toward the end of February, when legislative bills threatened our school, arguably one of the most unifying memories of our cadetship, it was the leaders of this class, the support of this class, that altered the tenure discussion and changed the trajectory in a positive way. Your support bore witness to something we knew as Rats, something that was instilled in us through the Code of Cadet, that we won't judge anyone off of superficial traits such as race, sex, or religion, but based off merit, honor, integrity, and placing others first. I'm saying all of this as a reminder to stay that from the very beginning, starting with a number of 375 cadets, living by a strict honor code day in and day out, all while mentoring rats, fending off legislative bills, all that we've dealt with in our VMI lives and our personal lives. We have truly mastered the system. I can say without a doubt, we are more than ready to graduate from this place. Thank God. As for our next steps in life, I must selflessly say that over the last 4 years here, I've genuinely wondered if the lessons we learned here will carry over into the real world. Were our hardships worth it? Will it truly pay off? I'm merely a cadet like you, is anticipating all that the world will throw at us. But I do know this: if we can make it through the toughest, hardest, grittiest military school in our nation, we can make it through anything. The world is ours. Why not reach for what you want? That career, that opportunity, that person. Listen to that voice that tells you what you really want in life, because if VMI has taught us nothing, it's taught us this: success follows those who get after it. The ones who are fearless, the ones who go get it regardless of the circumstances. Please indulge me as I recount some examples. It is you waking up early in the morning for PT sessions, physical training, getting after it, even when you don't want to. The world is yours. It's being woken up in the dead of night when someone doesn't want to adhere to the honor code. That further really instilling in you that honor isn't just a code, but a way of life, that there's always time for honor. Shout out Mr. Rose. The world is yours. Still getting after it, attacking the day, no matter if it's the nipping cold of January or the sweltering heat of August. The world is yours. There's hours of boring practice parades, numerous penalty tours, march, tackling those exhausting Kilbourne stairs that still win me to this day. There's hours spent in academics, buildings, posts, and the blood and sweat and tears we've put in our respective crafts. The world is yours. The blood and sweat and tears we place into each other, the world is ours. The reason being is because discipline is tough yet rewarding. And we live in a world full of people who want the bare minimum. People who are merely spectators of the arena. But we were born in that arena. We lived in it. We were molded by it. So, Brother Rats, as we venture out into this world, I know we'll all be fine. Not just that, we shall excel. Not just because of the title of a VMI graduate, but what it means to embody a VMI graduate. The spirit comes with consistency and perseverance in a place where hard work and honor is the bare minimum. I'm confident that one day, when each of us will be called upon to make a big decision that may affect the fortunes of our friends and family or a multitude of others, we won't fall under pressure. We won't break. Because like an athlete in a championship game, it won't be the bright lights that make us better. All that the light does is illuminate what was already there. And what is there, brothers, is 4 years of sacrifice, hard work, and the grind that you put in behind the scenes. Consistently choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. Ever since you stepped foot into this institute. So friends and family, to conclude, I'm extremely excited to see how your cadets will change the world. Brothers, I ask that as you charge into the world, and fourth classmen, help me out. You remember, everything's earned. Not given. Earned. Not given. That's pretty dope. As long as you remember this credo, one that's been instilled in us since we were rats, I have no doubt that you'll find yourself to be more than worthy contributors to VMI's rich legacy of honor and service. As long as you remember that everything's earned, not given, and you always justify the space you occupy, you will no longer succeed within the walls of barracks. No. You will succeed within the limitless horizons that the world has to offer. With that, Raw Virginia Mill, Raw 23, Raw 29, and most importantly, Raw 26. Thank you, VMI. Now onto my second task. It's my great and distinct honor to introduce the Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. After graduating from the University of Virginia, Governor Spanberger was called to a life of service, receiving a conditional offer from the CIA in 2002 and joining in 2006. She served as a case officer during the tumultuous times of the global war on terror. Working under different aliases and recruiting abroad, she was later called back to her home state, where she served 3 terms in the House of Representatives, and as the Corps of Cadets got to witness firsthand, this past January, she was inaugurated as the 75th governor of Virginia. In addition to being our first female governor, she stands before us as VMI celebrates 29 years since women were first admitted to the Institute. She's a leader cut from the same cloth as those who have always answered the call to duty. With over a decade of covert operations and years in public service, she serves as a great representation, a great role model for the great class of 2026. On a more personal note, I'll admit that after serving as class president for this year, I have a newfound respect for what she does, because if leading a class of cadets has tested me, I can only imagine what it takes to lead an entire Commonwealth. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I introduce our commencement speaker and the Institute's Commander-in-Chief. Please help me give me a hearty VMI welcome to Governor Abigail Spanberger. I'm so sorry.
Good afternoon. As I was listening to your speech and some of the questions that you mentioned in it, Maximus, I was struck by, I think, the parallels that run between your speech, Lucas, yours, Maximus, and hopefully mine. General Furness, distinguished guests, cadets, faculty, family, and the Virginia Military Institute class of 2026, I am grateful for the invitation to be here today, and it is an honor to celebrate this day and your success. On behalf of the Commonwealth of Virginia, I congratulate you as you graduate from the Virginia Military Institute. I know that the success of these graduates is shared by so many people who have been cheering them on for years. So to the parents, the siblings, the grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, and neighbors who have a loved one graduating today, congratulations to you too. This day belongs to you as well. Today is a day to celebrate because getting to this day required so much of you. There isn't a person here who hasn't had a few trials and tribulations along the way, and Lucas and Maximus certainly outlined them year by year. But the path that brought you here to this graduation day, it was not a straight line. And for most of us, the path to success and achievement never is. But you are graduating from a special place, a place that has prepared you for this moment, a place with deep Virginia traditions, a place that every year graduates a class of leaders, ready to go off into the world to serve our nation or our communities. And back in January, I was honored that you all participated in the parade for my inaugural ceremony. You might remember me as the person expressively trying to tell you something as you marched by, keeping straight faces, though I saw a couple smirks, as you realized that my microphone wasn't working as I was desperately trying to grant amnesty. Luckily, the message got through, and I am so glad for that. But VMI's mission speaks to something profound. It says, the Virginia Military Institute believes that the measure of a college lies in the quality and performance of its graduates and their contributions to society. Therefore, it is the mission of Virginia Military Institute to produce educated, honorable men and women prepared for the varied work of civil life, imbued with love of learning, confident in the functions and attitudes of leadership, possessing a high sense of public service, advocates of the American democracy and free enterprise system, and ready as citizen soldiers to defend their country in times of national peril. That is what makes this place special. VMI believes its measure of quality lies in the quality of its graduates and your contributions to society. That is your charge, class of 2026, to set forth on a path wherein you will make contributions to our society. And there are no shortages of examples for you to look to throughout history. VMI has produced 266 generals and flag officers and counting, as well as leaders in the sciences, business, law, and government. And while more than half of you here today have commissioned into the armed forces, others will choose paths of service in your careers in national security, law, medicine, business, and public life. Because public service is at the core of the VMI example. And to live up to that VMI mission statement, you must ask yourselves not just, how can I succeed, but how can I use my success to make a difference, to contribute? Standing here today, it's not hard to think about what I imagined for my own path when I was sitting at my college graduation. When I graduated from college, I had no plan for a political career. And by the way, I know that many politicians say that all the time, but I promise it's not false modesty. It was not part of the picture I had of my future. Instead, I knew what I wanted, a life of adventure and service at CIA, and I had a rigid and prescribed understanding of how I would get there. After graduation, I would move to Germany. I would perfect my German. I would work in the private sector. This was back at a time where German was perceived to be the language you needed to succeed on the international stage. Things change, and they change quickly. Then I would move home. I'd apply to CIA once I had all the experience I thought they needed in applicants. And then 9/11 happened, and I reflected on what it is that I wanted in this very prescribed path I had created for myself. And if I wanted to go home and serve, I thought I should go home and serve. So I finished my graduate program, moved home, applied to CIA, got my offer, was excited. And then my background check took a really long time. Because in the windy path of finding your way, sometimes there are hurdles, there are challenges. I got that offer quickly, but the background check took forever. And in the interim, because I was so anxious to serve, I started in federal law enforcement. And finally, I went to CIA as a case officer. I worked undercover, I traveled the world, I had adventures. It was my dream job, my chosen path of service, and it was an adventure. But some years later, and somewhat unexpectedly for me, the call to come home to Virginia to get my daughters closer to family became strong for me. And I thought that my time of service had come to an end. But here is the thing, when it is with you, imbued by family or institutions like this one, it never leaves you. And so while I moved home, leaving my career and my adventure at CIA, I found my way ultimately, later, into politics. And for all the messiness of politics, I truly believe that it is a place where when people are driven by a commitment to service, one can do well and one can do good. And when I was sitting where you're sitting, I truly could not have imagined this path. Because how could I? No path is a straight line. And I say this because as you all leave this place to strike out on your individual careers, your individual paths, please know that sometimes the windiest of paths will get you exactly where you are supposed to be. And what happened in my experience was doors opened, not all at once, not with obvious logic, but doors kept opening, and I kept being willing to walk through them, sometimes with confidence and sometimes with uncertainty about where they might lead. The adventure of life, and I do mean that word adventure, is that you genuinely do not know what you will find. It's not a warning, it's an invitation. Say yes when a door opens. You do not always need to know what is on the other side. And sometimes, even when you've said yes, even when you're moving in the right direction, the path gets hard, really hard, which brings me to the time that I ended up in a swamp. That wasn't a political reference. Stick with me on this one. Early in my career at CIA, I went through so many training exercises. The premise of one particular one was simple. My colleagues and I needed to get from point A to B, alone, but all at once, in the dark, in the woods. So we all lined up along the wood line and stood there, waiting for the sun to set and for it to get dark. We had a compass, and they said, set your azimuth and we all had individual paths to follow. So we all set our individual azimuths, and when it was dark, they said go. Where were we going? We didn't know. They said, you'll know when you're done. And I walked into the woods. And at one point in time, as I was walking into the woods, I started to sense I was on a little bit of a decline. No flashlights, of course. And then the ground was getting softer and softer, and I thought, oh, okay, this is going to be fun. And I started to think, at what point in time do I turn around? It's dark. I can't reset my course if I fall off my path. And there I was, trudging through water, which thankfully never got further than mid-shin, in the swamp. And I kept going, and eventually, yes, I knew I had finished because I came out of the woods. And as I came out of the woods and waited and saw other people poking out of the woods, the whole point of this training wasn't the destination. It was proving to myself, it was my colleagues proving to themselves that we could do hard, strange, sometimes confusing things, that when the path got genuinely difficult, we wouldn't turn back. Now I know you all are thinking, seriously, one late night in the woods? Come on. You made it through the rat line and breakout and all those years at VMI. I know, but this is a speech, and they typically flow more smoothly when you have just one metaphor. And the dark swamp was really a pretty fun one. But for your reference, I could have gone with months of intensive training where the whole point is to challenge yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally to the point of exhaustion. But you stay steady and you persevere. Or I could have gone with a metaphor about Australian rappelling as a metaphor for how you face your challenges head on. I could have gone with far more intensive daytime land nav treks, but I didn't. I chose the swamp. But the point is, you all have many stories of perseverance to choose from. And on your hardest days, wherever you are, whatever is challenging you, you will be able to draw on the memories of what you have achieved, survived, and been through. And you'll be able to draw on the memories of who and what lifted you, the successes, the experiences, and the people. The professor who believed in you, the friend who stayed close during one of those way too long, way too early runs, the weekend break you had just when you needed it most, the community you built here. Those are the things that will sustain you. VMI has been building memories within you for 4 years, and that is part of what your diploma represents, a record of hard things that you have survived, things you have learned, and the people who have impacted you. And because you won't carry your diploma with you at all times, VMI has made it very easy for you to remind yourselves and others that you are VMI graduates with that big old ring. But before I close, I would like to take a moment to talk about the world that you are inheriting at this particular moment in our shared history. You are entering a world with significant challenges. And there are no shortages of problems to tackle right now. But I mean this sincerely. I look at all of you, and I feel incredibly hopeful for the future. You're the products of an academic institution that has been preparing leaders for more than 180 years. I have every confidence that you will leave Lexington not just ready to adapt to the world as you find it, but ready to use your talents to do your part to make it better. It's particularly poignant for me to stand here as governor because I graduated high school in 1997. And as many of you likely know, that was the first year that women were finally admitted to VMI. And the women who first walked on this campus, first drilled on these fields, were central to a pivotal part of VMI's story and legacy, and those women are exactly my age. And when I look out at this crowd and see so many women among your ranks, I feel incredibly proud of those women who opened doors for others to walk through behind them. And those women and the men who welcomed them here were essential in creating change and impact, not just on this campus, but as they, like generations of men before them, have gone off into the world to serve and to do right by our nation and our communities. And as you graduate in 2026, the year marking the 250th anniversary of our American Declaration of Independence, our history shows us that the path forward has never been a straight line. The story of our nation and this Commonwealth is a story of circuitous paths, of hard-won steps forward, setbacks, and people who kept moving when turning back would have been easier. Your generation is not the first to inherit a complicated moment, but you are the ones here now. Do not be afraid of it. We are a nation and a commonwealth built on exceptional ideals, and the choice is on us to give life to those ideals in our own lives, in our communities, in our workplaces, and in our own individual acts of service to one another, today and into the future. And I want to leave you with this. The path ahead will not always be clear. It will surprise you. It will challenge you and occasionally put you in a swamp or way back in that feeling that you had in your rat line. But that has always been true for every generation that has tried to do something worth doing in their own lives and in this country. We have never needed the path to be perfectly straight. We have only needed people willing to keep moving forward. People willing to be fearless, people willing to say yes when a door opens, and people willing to keep those doors open for others. And when the path gets hard, VMI class of 2026, trust your compass. Trust what you learned here. Trust your knowledge of who you are. And never, ever stop looking for ways to contribute, to do good in your community, in our Commonwealth, and in our country. And finally, before I go, I do have one last order of business to attend to, and thankfully the microphone is working this time. By the powers vested in me as the Governor of the Commonwealth and Commander-in-Chief of the Corps of Cadets, I hereby grant amnesty to those cadets with unserved penalty tours and confinement. And without them to watch over you, you all are going to need to stay steady. Thank you again for the invitation today. Congratulations to the class of 2026. You make Virginia proud.
Governor Spanberger, on behalf of the Corps of Cadets, here's our gift presented to you.
It is now my pleasure to present the awards for highest achievement to members of the graduating class. Will the cadets whose names are called please come to the steps as they are announced by Brigadier General Moreschi.
The first Jackson Hope Medal for highest attainment in scholarship, accompanied by the Commander Harry Millard Mason Academic Proficiency Award, a cash prize to the recipient of the first Jackson Hope Medal is presented to McAllister Jennings Clark. Cadet Clark, a mechanical engineering major who has commissioned as an ensign in the U.S. Navy as a distinguished military graduate, exemplifies scholarly excellence, completing a mathematics minor, physics minor, and nuclear engineering concentration. He embodies VMI's highest ideals of intellect, discipline, and achievement. The second Jackson Hope Medal for second highest attainment in scholarship, accompanied by the Colonel Sterling Murray Heflin 1916 Academic Proficiency Award, a cash prize awarded to the recipient of the second Jackson Hope Medal, is presented to Sebastian Patrick Chicas. Cadet Chicas has balanced outstanding academic work along with 4 years as a goalkeeper for the lacrosse team. A biology major with a minor in mathematics, he pairs innate intelligence with a relentless work ethic, rising to every academic challenge without ever losing his trademark composure. The biology faculty felt privileged to have him as a major. The Society of the Cincinnati Medal is awarded to that member of the graduating class who has distinguished him or herself by efficiency of service and excellence of character while at VMI. The Cincinnati Medal is accompanied by 2 cash prizes, the Richard J. Marshall Award and the Sumter L. Lowry Award. The 2026 Cincinnati Medal is presented to Nolan James Savard. Will all of the candidates for graduation please rise? The Academic Board has presented to the Board of Visitors 132 candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree and 124 candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree, all of whom have been certified to have completed the requirements for graduation from the Virginia Military Institute. Lieutenant General Furness.
By the authority of law vested in the Board of Visitors and faculty, I confer upon each of you a diploma in testimony of your being a graduate of the Virginia Military Institute and award you the bachelor's degree appropriate to your major field of study. Institute honors graduates and graduates distinguished in general merit will be called first and receive a distinguished graduate certificate. Please be seated and come forward to the platform as your course groups are called. We are pleased to recognize 21 cadets who have been certified as distinguished graduates with Institute honors. This honor is bestowed only on those who have earned at least a 3.5 cumulative grade point average while completing the requirements of their majors and minors, as well as the additional requirements of the VMI's Institute honors curriculum. This would be a rare achievement in any college or university, but it is particularly noteworthy here, given the co-curricular demands placed on cadets by the unique VMI educational experience. We are also pleased to take special note of 36 graduates who have been certified as distinguished graduates. These cadets have completed their curricula with a cumulative grade point average in excess of 3.5. Again, a remarkable achievement. Dean Moreschi.
Please be seated. Distinguished graduates with Institute honors. Anna Grace Lalani Adams. Bachelor of Arts in History, Honors in History, Minor in Arabic, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Connor Phipps Bott, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Honors in Mechanical Engineering. Timofey Nicholas Dovgaluk, Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Business, double concentration in Decision Analytics and Financial Analysis. Jack Emmett Erickson, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Nicholas Sean Einen, Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics, minor in Philosophy, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Nicholas Joseph Fair, Bachelor of Arts in Modern Languages and Cultures, double minor in International Studies and Middle Eastern Studies, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Jacob Robert Greentree, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, minor in National Security, Ensign, United States Navy. Matthew Allen Kleinschuster, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, minor in Business, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Caitlin Isabella Lehman, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, double minor in National Security and Computer Information Sciences. James Patrick McEnany, Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Ensign, United States Navy. Caden Noah Minter, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, triple minor in History, Eastern Studies, and National Security. Jack M. Meyer, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Aiden Kent Rhodes, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, minor in National Security, Ensign, United States Navy. Noah Thomas Rinker, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. Jackson Everett Rogers, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, honors in Psychology. Nolan James Savard, Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Liam Douglas Smith, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, double minor in French and National Security, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Sadie Francis Smith, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, double minor in Computer and Information Sciences and National Security. Amber Leigh Straponi, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Cybersecurity track, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. J. Dave Vijayan, Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Business, double minor in Chinese and Military History, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Julia Therese Ward, Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Ensign, United States Navy. Distinguished graduates: James Oliver Aldinger, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, minor in Exercise Science, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Dylan Lewis Apo, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, quadruple minor in Leadership Studies, French, Military History, and National Security, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Zachariah T. Arnold, Bachelor of Arts in Modern Languages and Cultures, double major in International Studies, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Devin Christopher Ozan, Bachelor of Arts in History, minor in Military History, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps, Distinguished Naval Graduate, Marine Corps. James Sahed Bangura, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, cybersecurity track, second lieutenant, United States Army. Zebediah Jean Barrett, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, honors in psychology. Benjamin Cooper Berry, Bachelor of Arts in Biology. Parker Thomas Brown, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, honors in psychology, minor in exercise science. Alyssa Madeleine Cacase, Bachelor of Science in Biology, honors in biology. Sebastian Patrick Chicas, Bachelor of Science in Biology, minor in mathematics. McAllister Jennings Clark, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, concentration in nuclear engineering, double minor in mathematics and physics, ensign, United States Navy, distinguished naval graduate. Benjamin Carter Davis, Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics, double major in computer science, theory and application track, minor in chemistry. Ryan Fraser Getgood, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, double minor in Asian Studies and Chinese. William Donald Gormson, Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Business, second lieutenant, United States Army, distinguished military graduate. Ethan Michael Hamilton, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, minor in National Security. Blake Andrew Harrell, Bachelor of Science in Physics, double minor in Astronomy and Mathematics, ensign, United States Navy. Taylor Lee Hill, Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Business, ensign, United States Navy, distinguished naval graduate. Matthew Irving Hunter, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, minor in National Security, second lieutenant, United States Army, distinguished military graduate. Jonah Michael Strong Ibanze, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, second lieutenant, United States Army, distinguished military graduate. Colton Walker Jones, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, minor in National Security, second lieutenant, United States Army, distinguished military graduate. Lane Tyler Jones, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, honors in psychology, minor in Chinese, second lieutenant, United States Army. Heaton O'Brien Lawrence, Bachelor of Arts in English, double concentration in literary studies and rhetoric and writing, minor in history. Juliana Bianca Esposo Marlang, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, honors in psychology. Lucas William Moore, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, second lieutenant, United States Army, distinguished military graduate. Daniela Monastero, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, honors in psychology, minor in leadership studies. Cameron Grace Owens, Bachelor of Science in Biology, minor in psychology. Kaylin Arison Patel, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, double concentration in aerospace engineering and nuclear engineering, second lieutenant, United States Army, distinguished military graduate. Grant Stephen Rose, Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Business, second lieutenant, United States Army, distinguished military graduate. Dimitri Ryan, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, minor in Arabic, second lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Nicole Marie Samela, Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Ensign, United States Navy, Distinguished Military Graduate, Naval Graduate. Papuin Setasawapong, Bachelor of Arts, International Studies, minor in Chinese. Nathaniel James Shippey, Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Kyle Robson Smith, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, minor in Mathematics. Valerie Hongang Tanu, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. Hampton Rudolph Walford, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, double major in Physics, concentration in Aerospace Engineering, minor in Mathematics, Ensign, United States Navy. Sarah Elizabeth Woolsey, Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. The Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics. Rylan John Adamson, with distinction, minor in History, Ensign, United States Navy. Jason Robert Drevis, with distinction. Andrew Peter Cohen, with distinction, minor in Physics, Ensign, United States Navy. Evan Patrick Moore, with distinction, Ensign, United States Navy. Rechna Tida Sak. The Bachelor of Science in Biology. Maximus Okana Unkra, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. Luke Allen Cockerham, with distinction. Skylie Ryder D'Ambrosia, with distinction. Alyssa Faith Donnelly. Brandon Maxwell Geisinger, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Katie L. Hegarty, with distinction, minor in Exercise Science. Dylan Gray Holbach. Tyrus Dean James. Zachary Michael Roy LaPriere, with distinction. Sydney White Smith, with distinction, minor in Exercise Science, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. David Woodson Suh, Jr., with distinction, minor in Psychology, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Marshall Carney Taylor III. The Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Nicholas Ryan Hale, with distinction, honors in chemistry, minor in mathematics, second lieutenant, United States Army. Andres Rodrigo Hernandez, with distinction, honors in chemistry, second lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Alexander Michael Kalesa IV, with distinction, second lieutenant, United States Army. Deaton Alexander Warren, with distinction, honors in chemistry, minor in mathematics. The Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, Corey Joseph Crump, with distinction. Stephen W. Dean III. Dyson Christopher Dunham, with distinction, second lieutenant, United States Army. Kazuya A. Jordan. Connor Robert Young, second lieutenant, United States Army. Zain Muqsood Khan, minor in mathematics, second lieutenant, United States Army. Charles Allen Liebert, with distinction. Michael Connor O'Byrne, with distinction, minor in physics, ensign, United States Navy. Philip Paul Reese, double minor in mathematics and physics. DeAndre Malik Robinson. Christopher Eugene Ruth, second lieutenant, United States Army. Benjamin Woods Sulp. Dimmick Delmer Sides, with distinction, second lieutenant, United States Army. Hunter Bradley Sipe. Mark Egan Stan, with distinction, second lieutenant, United States Marine Corps, distinguished naval graduate, Marine Corps. Dylan Cole Staples, with distinction, minor in mathematics. Ezra Lee Varney. Austin Christian Ziering. The Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Ethan Tyree Aldridge, with distinction, Information Technology Track, second lieutenant, United States Air Force. Jeffrey Daniel Cheeseman, Cybersecurity Track. Andres R. Fuentes Ramos, Information Technology Track. Camden Blake Hadley, Information Technology Track. Benjamin Philip Hagurich, with distinction, Information Technology Track. Heath Rudolph Hernandez, Information Technology Track. James Michael Jeffers, with distinction, Information Technology Track, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Sirapat Kodipapa, with distinction, Royal Thai Air Force. Hayden Fitzpatrick Rose, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Sharhar Mohammed Shah, with distinction, Information Technology Track, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Michael Eugene Trigger II, with distinction, Information Technology Track. Trenton Wayne Watkins. The Bachelor of Science in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Nicholas S. Ligday, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Timothy Lyons Mackey, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Zane Alexander Morris, with distinction. Fabiana Sofia Pajagro Gutierrez, with distinction. The Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, John Wesley Collier, with distinction, double minor in Nuclear Engineering and Physics, Ensign, United States Navy. Jonathan Michael Dagme, with distinction, concentration in Nuclear Engineering, Ensign, United States Navy. Michael Robert Ferrara, with distinction, minor in mathematics, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. Gabriel Anthony Michael Hodge, with distinction, double minor in mathematics and physics, Ensign, United States Navy. Reese Edward Lassiter, with distinction, double major in physics, concentration in nuclear engineering, minor in mathematics, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force, Distinguished Air Force graduate. Jacob Michael Lee, minor in mathematics. Jackson Mitchell Pelt, with distinction, double concentration in aerospace engineering and nuclear engineering, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Byron Darren Reevy, concentration in nuclear engineering, minor in mathematics. Robert Hunter Rosahedzi, minor in mathematics, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Peter James Rusin Jr., with distinction, concentration in nuclear engineering. Adam Joseph Senna, minor in mathematics. Tianyi Shen, with distinction, concentration in nuclear engineering. Emma Christine Thompson, with distinction, concentration in nuclear engineering, minor in physics. Jacob Matthew Webb, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. The Bachelor of Science in Physics, Benjamin James Friedrich, with distinction, minor in mathematics, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. Juan Sebastian Gonzalez, minor in mathematics, ensign, United States Navy. Michael Joseph Hatfield, with distinction, minor in mathematics, ensign, United States Navy. Finnegan Riley James. Sebastian Theodore Ziegler, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. The Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Diamond Rain Trejane Baker, minor in Rhetoric and Writing. William G. Bole, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Robert Alexander Bunting, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Jacob Riley Cook, minor in Leadership Studies. Andrew Robert Esquigborg Coster, minor in Philosophy, ensign, United States Navy. Dominic E. Delicio, minor in Exercise Science. William MacArthur Dixon III. Samore Lee Green, with distinction, honors in psychology. Heaven S. Hall. Owen S. Ham, with distinction, minor in Leadership Studies. Anastasia Milheido Harrell, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Gavin Mitchell Hudson, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Anakin Punmile J.P. Youngton, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Avon Marie Johnson, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Elise G. Mickens, Ensign, United States Navy. Samuel Jack Morgenston, with distinction, double minor in chemistry and philosophy, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Lawrence Christopher Norman, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Jacob Owen Prince, with distinction, minor in Exercise Science. Adriana Deanne Sanders, minor in Philosophy. Carlos I. Sepulveda Otero. Richard Austin Stills. Cody Daniel Thomas, with distinction, honors in psychology. Ethan Collier Thomas, ensign, United States Navy. Roberto R. Velazquez. Ryan Curtis Von Brandt. Emma K. Watts, minor in Spanish, ensign, United States Navy. Connor Garrison Wolf. John Blake Worley, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. The Bachelor of Arts in Biology. Kern William Ockenbaugh, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Isaiah Javier Blount, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Shay Lee Hart, with distinction. The Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Business, Thor William Elwine, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Elijah Bentley Archer, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Riley Kaylin Boucher, with distinction. Benjamin Thomas Bowers, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Anthony R. Burke, with distinction. Jacob Clyde Campbell. Po Yen Chen, with distinction, minor in military history, Republic of China Air Force. Joseph Jerome Comello, with distinction. William James Cronin, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Tyrell Isaac Dobson, with distinction. Paul Jonathan Doty, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Jacob Benjamin English, concentration in global business, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Zachary Theodore Farmer, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Grayson Lee Fitzwater. Connor Brian Franklin, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Zachary James Frachon, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. John Michael Gibson, with distinction, minor in Spanish. William Turner Gilbert. Chin Jen Xiao, with distinction, Republic of China Marine Corps. Andrew Macon Jones, with distinction. Brett Alexander McClung. Morgan Shatley McFall. Edward Alexander Menton. Noah Gael Montalvo. Zachary W. Murphy. Matthew Michael Nordyke, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. Timothy Robert Olszewski. Seth Kendrick Patterson, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Gunner Charles Rumsland, with distinction. Arnold A. Rotkauskas, concentration in decision analytics. Luke Addison Shallow. Ryan Anthony Vigil. Caleb Nicholas Wiles. The Bachelor of Arts in English, Matthew Angel Atienza, double concentration in literary studies and rhetoric and writing. Colin Paul Blanford, double concentration in literary studies and rhetoric and writing. Benjamin Floyd Bowen, with distinction, triple concentration in literary studies, philosophy, and rhetoric and writing, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Owen Earl Brunk, double concentration in literary studies and rhetoric and writing, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Nicole Alexandra Chavaz, with distinction, triple concentration in art history and visual culture, literary studies, and rhetoric and writing, minor in Spanish. Raymond Albert Samil IV, with distinction, double concentration in literary studies and rhetoric and writing. Brody Grayson Kramer, double concentration in literary studies and rhetoric and writing. Blake Alexander Darmanti, with distinction, concentration in rhetoric and writing. Ryan Locke Halverson, with distinction, double concentration in philosophy and rhetoric and writing, second lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Sarah Beth Mihalovich, with distinction, triple concentration in art history and visual culture, literary studies, and rhetoric and writing. Richard Francis O'Connell III. Double concentration in philosophy and rhetoric and writing, minor in literary studies. Young Chen Shu, quadruple concentration in art history and visual culture, literary studies, philosophy, and rhetoric and writing, Republic of China Army. Bachelor of Arts in History. Rachel Emily Beers, minor in Arabic. Alex Joseph Bodner, with distinction, double major in modern languages and cultures, second lieutenant, United States Army. Bowman Tarleton Bowles IV, with distinction, minor in literary studies, second lieutenant, United States Army. Luke Maximo Ciarcia, with distinction, minor in literary studies, second lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Mary Green Cody, minor in rhetoric and writing, second lieutenant, United States Army. Zachary Charles Crowder. Sean Christopher Daffrin. Jonathan Michael Dameron, with distinction, concentration in military history, minor in literary studies. Ella James Davenport, double minor in business and leadership studies. Daryl James Hagerman, second lieutenant, United States Army. Jack Michael Hansen, with distinction, minor in French, second lieutenant, United States Army. Brian Keith Haudershell. Cadley Larson Jarvis, double minor in literary studies and military history, second lieutenant, United States Army. Howard Brian Link III, with distinction, minor in military history, ensign, United States Navy. Patrick Robert McLaughlin, second lieutenant, United States Army. Santino Trifone Nicasio, with distinction, second lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Nathan Charles Payne, minor in Spanish, second lieutenant, United States Army. James Bannister Stone V, minor in French. Daniel Connolly Walker, concentration in military history, minor in international studies. Samantha Jewel Waters, ensign, United States Navy. Cameron Lee Cousins Wilkins, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. The Bachelor of Arts in International Studies, Michael Francis Ball IV, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Darian Parker Benham, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Hannah Lee Butner, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Air Force. Adam David Chiaffi, with distinction. Emil George D. Diaz, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. Ivan Dale Dobbs. Nathan James Golding, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Susan Patricia Hickman, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Lennox Robert Isola, with distinction, minor in history, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Brandon Walker Johnson, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Vasily Kaplanidis, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Jackson Kane Karam, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Jacob Graham King. Thomas Bradford Kirsch, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Logan James Klein, minor in history, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Alexander Eason McFarlane. Ryan William Manning, with distinction, minor in psychology, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Caroline Marie Marini, with distinction, minor in computer and information sciences. Neely Ives Massey, with distinction, ensign, United States Navy. Connor Maxwell McGann. Shane Patrick McKenna, ensign, United States Coast Guard. Adam Sullivan Norris, minor in history. Joshua Peace Oladoyi, with distinction. Minor in History, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. John Ricardo Perez. William A. Perry, with distinction, Second Lieutenant, United States Army. Colin Charles Russell, with distinction. Minor in Leadership Studies, Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Alejandro Emil San Antonio. Bradford Mark Seary, Jr., Second Lieutenant, United States Army, Distinguished Military Graduate. Bono Rekneed Sin, with distinction. Quadruple minor in Asian Studies, History, Leadership Studies, and Military History, Royal Cambodian Armed Forces. Gabriel Thomas Thompson. Noel Elise Tong, with distinction. Minor in History, Ensign, United States Navy. Mohammed H. Youssef, with distinction. Double major in Modern Languages and Cultures, Second Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps. The Bachelor of Arts in Modern Languages and Cultures, Ahmad Sahed Case Hosanka, triple minor in International Studies, Leadership Studies, and Middle Eastern Studies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated while Chaplain pronounces the benediction, after which the new regimental commander, Cadet Nguyen, will publish brief orders. Then the VMI regimental band will play the VMI Spirit, after which this commencement ceremony is adjourned.
Receive now this benediction. Lord, may your blessing and favor continue to rest upon the members of the class of 2026. May the Lord bless you, keep you, and make his face to shine upon you, giving you grace, peace, and an ever-increasing faith as we leave here today and all the days of your lives. And everyone said, Amen.
Attention to orders. Leave of absence. Leave of absence until 2200, Friday, 21 August 2026, is hereby granted to all cadets. Cadets returning from furlough must register at the guardroom before that time. Relief from duty. The class of 2026 is hereby relieved from duty.
eventually head back to the bus.
Hey, Brother Ross! Here's the one last old Joe! Thank you for your help. Brother Ross! 1, 2, 3! Good job. 22 down. Yeah.